Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, May 1st, 2016, ending Friday the 6th. We just wrapped up the month of April. Hope you had a good trading week and month. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart, very near the lows of the last year or so finally. Made a move on Wednesday and Thursday. It'll be interesting to see if it can crack. This is a nice inverted cup formation, so that's going to be interesting to watch. Here's a look at the euro dollar. Now, this is what's interesting. The euro dollar is near the highs. Just got a 13 sell signal. The last time we got one of those was in February. That was the high, as you can see. So we're going to roll back over here just as we're about to break out. Pound dollar also got a 13 sell signal about 4 days ago, using the risk line of that right now as resistance. So a lot of signs to push the euro and the pound back down. And the Aussie dollar also had a 13 sell signal about 8 days ago, which was the top. So signals have been very strong of late. Here's a look at the pound yen, which was operating off of a 13 buy signal. You can see that actually worked. Euro yen also had a 13 buy signal, went up a bit. So at any rate, going to be very interesting. Do you get the charts like the dollar index to break down, the euro to break out, or are we going to reverse because of the 13 signals? That's going to be the question ahead here. So here's a look at the euro dollar in 30-minute candles. So you can see all of last week, about 240 pips of range for the week. I'll zoom this in just a little bit more. Now you can see that from the prior week's close. Actually, I could take out. There we go. So just a steady but not very interesting week. There was no nights where you just jumped ahead. So I don't remember last time I saw something that looked quite like that on the euro. Very uneventful. Pound dollar, on the other hand, 250 pips from the high to the low. Monday and Tuesday were the exciting days. The Fed meeting on Wednesday didn't do anything. Thursday and Friday also very flat. So not much else to say there. All right, let's get straight into the week ahead. Here's a look at the data, and let's figure out what we got going on here. So we've got AIG Manufacturing Index out of Australia Sunday night. China's on a bank holiday. Business confidence out of Australia. Japan final manufacturing PMI. Australia commodity prices. Oh, just be aware of this. Ooh, so Monday is a holiday in the UK, which means the pound's going to be boring. I just posted the calls for Sunday. They're in the euro, but I'm going to switch that to half size with the UK on holiday. That's going to slow everything down. Spanish manufacturing PMI out of Europe. Same out of Switzerland, Italy, France, Germany, the broad European sector, all going into Monday. And then the U.S. has their final manufacturing PMI number. We've got construction spending here in the U.S., manufacturing prices. Bank holiday in Japan for Tuesday. Okay. Building approvals out of Australia. Caxton manufacturing PMI out of China Monday night. Rate announcement out of the Bank of Australia Tuesday. Manufacturing PMI out of the UK a day later than everybody else, probably because of the holiday going into Tuesday there. PPI out of Europe. Annual budget release out of Australia. Here in the U.S. on Tuesday, we've got the TIP economic optimism number. We've got a Fed member speaking somewhere after the market, usually total vehicle sales. Canada, nothing there. New Zealand's employment and unemployment rate. UK BRC shop price index, don't know that one. AIG services index out of Australia. Bank holiday in Japan again going to Wednesday. So you got 2 days off at least for Japan so far. Thursday as well. All right. French trade balance, Spanish unemployment change, Spanish and Italian and French and German and European services PMI data. Construction PMI out of the UK. Retail sales out of the broad European sector. The 10-year bond auction out of France. ADP non-farm employment number here in the U.S. Wednesday morning. Trade balance out of Canada and the U.S. That's one of our big three, so we'd be half size ahead of that as well. Final services PMI out of the U.S. ISM non-manufacturing and factory orders. Crude oil inventories. Retail sales and trade balance out of Australia Wednesday night. Going into Thursday, Switzerland goes on bank holiday. France and Germany all on bank holiday. Halifax HPI, so that's going to slow down everything in Europe. The ECB economic bulletin, retail PMI out of Europe, services PMI out of the UK, 10-year bond auction out of the UK, challenge of job cuts here in the US Thursday morning, building permits out of Canada, US the weekly unemployment number, and then the natty gas number, AIG construction index out of Australia, the monetary base out of Japan as they come off holiday after 3 days off, RBA monetary policy statement that's out of Australia. Friday we've got foreign currency reserves out of Switzerland, EU economic forecast out of Europe, unemployment rate out of the U.S. and Canada. That's another one of our big three each month, so we'll be half size ahead of that. So we've got half size Sunday night going into Monday because the UK's on holiday. Half size going into Wednesday because of trade balance, and half size going into Friday because of the unemployment rate, non-farm payroll data. That's how we start the month of May. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. Have a great trading week.